Good evening, everybody. How lovely to see you, and how lovely to see you on a nice evening with no rain. It's been terrible down in Essex. I'm sure other parts of the UK you've had the same situation as me. So, how lovely to see you all. I do hope you are well, and I hope you enjoy your evening today. So I'd just like to introduce myself if you are new. Hi, I'm Claire, or otherwise known as Heavenly Sprinkles, and I'm your spiritual medium for this evening. You will hear me chatting away to a gentleman called Richard. I always joke he is my digital spirit guide. He's our producer. So if you hear any time you're sort of hearing me making references to Richard, please know that is our producer. Or if he's being cheeky, you might see a little bit of banter between us. You'll also see that Facebook asks for stars. I can confirm to you 100% that SPTV and the presenters, we do not want any Facebook stars. So if you are watching on Facebook, please, you do not need to give us any stars. SPTV is 100% free. It was one of the founders of spiritual TV, and us mediums and role presenters all do it for free. So that is our ethos. All we ask for you to do, whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube, is please share it out. Allow us to be able to reach as many wonderful, lovely people. And I will say, if you're watching Facebook and it goes a little bit wibbly wobbly, as I call it, you know you can hop over to YouTube, and vice versa. If YouTube is getting wibbly wobbly, please pop over to Facebook. And don't remember to click like and subscribe so that you get your notifications of when we come. Don't remember, do. Yes, don't forget. Don't remember. Remember, everybody. I'm trying to say don't forget, which means you got to remember. So it's already started. I was doing so well, wasn't I, everybody? I was. Richie said I was doing so well. I was doing so well. It's the excitement of being back on here fortnightly and annoying Richard, really. That's the pure pleasure. So I'll just explain how the show works for tonight, how you can interact with us, and then we will go into our evening. Now, what I always start off with is I start off with a poem. I do a lot of divine services where I do an addresses. I never feel eloquent and loves the spirit always sort of says, go off, find your poem. So if I can't connect with you this evening, you are able to take that poem away with you. And I will do some hellos to raise that lovely energy and connect with yourselves. We'll do our poem and then we'll move into our evening of mediumship. Remember, if you are new, please drop down a comment to let me know you are new. Let me know where you're coming from, because in my world, everybody comes from Essex, and I'm 99% sure that not all of you are from Essex in England. So I will do some hellos. And remember, if I don't get to you, there will be a massive hello to all of you. Unfortunately, I can't get through to every hello. Otherwise, we'd be here for hours. So I'm going to do some hellos first, then we'll move into our poem. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Helen Lisa Davies from Facebook, saying hi to Richard and hi to Claire. Hello, Deborah. Thank you so much for sharing and being a VIP member. I am so glad that you enjoy the show. And please remember, not just for Deborah, if you recognise names or people on there, please hop along and say hello. That's how we will start becoming friends in the spiritual communities, by making that connection. Yes, Richard has just asked me to put it out there. That's because Deborah Long has made sort of let us know about being a VIP member. If you are a VIP member, stay tuned, because after the adverts, there will be an announcement for VIP members. Hello, Dorinda, watching from Canada. Lovely to see you. And I do hope I say your names right. Hello, Kim, you're watching on Facebook and you're in Australia. Hope you've got nicer weather than you have down here. Hi, Debbie, you're in South Wales, and I really hope it's not as wet and miserable as it has been down here. Hello, Melvin. Hi, Somerset, one of my favourite places. I was thinking of having a bit of a road trip down to Somerset, stroke Glastonbury. Okay. Hi, Karen. Lovely to see you. your enthusiasm is amazing, because I can see it's all in capital letters, but obviously that does get classed as shouting. So I'm loving the enthusiasm. Just if you can drop your caps down, my lovely, that would be brilliant. Lovely to see you. Where are we going? Hi, Millie B. Lovely to see you. Lovely to catch up with you. And you're watching on YouTube, so it's lovely to see you. And I'm loving you saying hello to everybody. Hi, Kerry. Again, watching on YouTube. Hiya. Good evening, Olivia, and loving the fact that you're saying good evening to everybody. I am hoping everybody's coming back to saying good evening to you, and you're watching on YouTube. Hi, Stacey, lovely to see you. Hi, Richard says hello, and hello to everybody in the chat. And hello, LJ. Lovely to see you. And I know Richard says hello. I'm really sorry, I've got an itchy nose. Hang on 2 seconds. That's normally when spirit starts walking through. But I will move into our poem, and then I'll move into our evening of mediumship. Now, some of you may well have heard this poem last night if you watched me on a divine service online, but I know Spirit sort of said this poem will help others here on this show. And this poem is called Patience. And I always chuckle when I read this poem or hear the word patience, because I'm not the most patient person in the world. And I do apologise, I do have to read it off my phone, so it will be out of eye contact. Patience. The art of being patient, such a wonderful gift. If we practice it regular, our life it will lift. Patience is not an act, it is an act to wait. It's about situations we react and correlate. For patient controls our emotions, calming our temper, preventing erosions. Patience is about how we express. It protects our actions, avoiding stress. It improves our lifestyles in the process. It justifies our decisions with no regrets, develops our vision. Yes, patience is the key to every success. And I have really got a strange level of patience. Sometimes I can be the most patient person in the world, but there are times when I've worked my socks off and I want to see the results. And sometimes we can get so wrapped up in getting them results quickly that we forget to enjoy the process. We forget to enjoy the journey. And sometimes we want the processes or the results or outcomes to happen so quickly that the minute we do a scenic route, we get frustrated. But sometimes a scenic route towards the goal will give us new lessons, will give us new memories, will give us chances to make new connections with new people. Yet we're so focused on being at the end goal as quickly as possible that our patience flies out the window and we do miss these opportunities. And sometimes we're so busy looking at the future and looking ahead of us, we forget what we're doing now. We forget to breathe. I'm one for them. We forget to take a moment to stop, smell the roses, appreciate, because we're impatient. We want that end result, or we want a terrible day to finish. We want to get to the end of the night so we can go to bed, pull the duvet over, cover overhead. But actually, has the day been that bad? Was there a moment in your day where you actually had a smile, a laughter, a hug? That connection that you have with somebody could have been really hard at work. But hey, you didn't work a full day. You had the morning, you had the afternoon. Again, we're thinking at the end of the day, we're not thinking about the time it's taken us. So the poem very much reminds us, and our guides remind us, and our loved ones remind us, that we can't always rush through life. Sometimes we have to take it slow. Sometimes we have to accept that we've got to have a bit of patience and allow our journey to take us the time and length it needs to be. And I hope that poem resonates with you. I know I can be an impatient one, but I also know that sometimes we need to slow down to enjoy the time that we've got. And I hope that poem resonates with you. And thank you so much for allowing me to share that with you. So we now move into the evening where we discuss, Yeah, we discuss. We have chats with your loved ones in the spirit world. And I try to be as relaxed and as natural as possible. Basically, what you see is what you get with me. I am no different face to face to when I am here digitally or in spiritualist churches. And with that, I do try to allow your loved ones to come through as naturally as possible. So I will come forward and I will work with you, but I may well give you things that might not make sense or might not be, may not, yeah, it just might not make sense or might not click at that moment. You might need a bit of patience, remember? You might need a bit of patience and for that to click. And but there will be weird things that will come in that will be completely and utterly pointless. And you'll think, really, why did I need to know that? However, they are your golden nuggets to let you know that your loved ones are around you. Last night I had a gentleman and I was saying about I needed to see a car. Somebody's looking at a car and he come back and went, yes, I have been looking at a car. Early in the week, I just got the name Toyota and lady went, yep, I've got a Toyota and I'm looking about chopping it in. I do get names, dates, and months, and I will pass them over to you. Like I said, please don't stress out if it doesn't make sense. It's okay. It will click along the way. I can't promise I'm not going to sing. That does happen. However, recently it's not been as frequent. And when I do get dates, sometimes they will correlate to the month, other times they won't. That's something that Spirit is growing with me. So I will pass it over. If they don't tie up the month and date, please don't stress out. Just take them as they are. And with that, I shall now move into our evening mediumship. I will just very much say before we start, if I am working with you, please can you come back to me? You're welcome to say, Claire, I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. But I trust our communication with your loved ones in spirit, but I need us two to communicate as well. The lovely Richard will be pulling through the comments for me. So I just need you to come back. Right, okay, and with that, Richard's rolling a name, so I will now see where I'm going. Can I go to Jackie Lewis, Richard? You just threw the lady before, Dorinda, please. Hello, Jackie, I'd like to come and work with you if that's okay. Right, Jackie, as I am connecting with you, I know the answer is yes because you've obviously asked. As I'm connecting with you and your loved ones that come through, I want to recognize a lady's energy. Now, she comes through as on a big smile, and I can see in your profile a huge smile. However, what she's telling me is that it's a little bit of a you need to turn that frown upside down. So things have been, she's telling me, have been quite challenging at the moment. And it's a little bit like you've had to kind of go and have that smile when actually inside you could easily say a few choice words is what she's telling me. Now she's coming through with her energy. She does make me feel like she's mum. If she's not mum, she would be nan. I've been given the name Grace. So if the name Grace doesn't make sense, please say, Claire, Grace doesn't make sense. But I want to give you Grace. Okay, thank you very much. She's given me the hymn as well, Amazing Grace. So I know I want to put an importance to that song for you. She's telling me that March is important. It's a birthday, passing at anniversary, and September is important. Birthday, passing at anniversary. And she's just told me that October, and I've just been given the 24th would be important as a birthday, passing and anniversary. The 24th will be in or around. As I said, it may be connected to October or it might be just an independent date. She's also telling me she's chuckling about how someone's had a conversation about changing the front door because all I keep seeing is a front door either needs painting or somebody's been moaning that they don't like the colour because all I keep seeing is a green front door and it's either faded or somebody doesn't like the colour anymore. If that isn't for you, Jackie, then that will be somebody around you that will make sense. So it'll be one of them, hold you onto it. Your lovely lady, she is coming through as well. She's coming through in a really calming energy. She's making me feel really quite calm. She's making me feel very, very down to earth. She's actually even makes me feel like I'm changing my persona a little bit. So she comes through as somebody who'll be like, right, sit down. Let's put the world to right, is what she's telling me. And I've got to give a memory link of a chocolate Swiss roll. Right, Jackie. Would them bits make sense to you? I'm going to continue. Yes, very, very challenging. Okay, thank you very much. So very challenging, but I know I'm putting that big smile on you. Song, yes, can take March. Thank you very much, Jackie. Thank you, Richard, for the details. Right, okay. She's telling me that May would be important if it's not a name, but May would have been important. Now, I don't want to give May as a birthday pass and an anniversary, which is why I said it may be a name. If it's not, she recognises that things have been quite challenging since the May, or in your terminology, very challenging. So she's telling me that May would be a significant month for you, and it feels more like in relevance to the very challenging. Okay. She's telling me though, she's me, you need to take a step back and relight your fire. I all of a sudden I've got take that, rig your fire. Right, Richard is just starting going on. Oh, excellent. This is my beautiful Nana. Oh, yes, I didn't like my front door. Always hold the door. I had this conversation. Okay, I'm glad we know what we're talking about the front door. It's them weird things that just make complete, just, you think, really, why do we need to know about the front door? But the front door is about that golden nugget. Okay. And I want to, as I said, I went golden nugget. So I need to recognize that your lovely Nugget, I know. I've got an accent going on. Ah, yes, May's my mum's name. Oh, thank you very much, Jackie. I want to recognise when my accent gets strong or it starts changing, then I like to recognise that she would have had a strong local dialect for her area. As I said, not everybody's from Essex. But she is telling me about the fact that we need to give you a bit of a zap, a spiritual zap, as we had. Take that, relight your fire. I will ask you to hold that song as well, because you might find it plays on the radio in the next couple of weeks, and it'll be like, oh, okay, take I can take that as well. But she's telling me that I need to give you a bit of a zap of energy, okay? And either you or someone's been feeling run down, because she said to me, a zap of energy and a bit of vitamin C. Now, I'm no doctor, I'm a PA, so there's definitely no doctorate there. But she's telling me about having a bit of a zap of vitamin C, so uplifting your energies. Okay, and I need to give you the name Robert. But Jackie, she's just coming in to give you that reassurance that she has seen the challenges that are going on around you at this moment in time. And she wants you to know that in the moments when you feel like you're sitting there going, and really you want to bite your tongue, she's saying, do you know what? Keep putting the thoughts you've really got going out there to me. To me, I'll hold them and I'll keep them safe. Because she just makes me feel, and what she's telling me is it's just a little bit of a lot of smiling, a lot of gritting your teeth at the moment, and she said it's okay to keep on thinking like you do, because you need to release them thoughts, and she's going to look after them. So there must be a feeling as well, a feeling, oh, should I be thinking these things? She's like, don't worry, I'll look after them. And she just wants to come through to give you that reassurance. And Jackie, I hope that resonates with you. Thank you so much for allowing me to work with your lovely Nana. She's such a lovely, down to earth individual, very, very calming. She makes me feel really, really calm. And I know she wants to pass that energy over to you. And Jackie, I will say thank you so much for allowing me to work with you. I'm going to close my connection and hope that resonates with you. And say thank you very much. Okay, Richard. Thank you very much. Richard, could you bring up some more names, please? Because I've got a dad in spirit. He's just walked in and I've just been told dad. And I need to give the name Arthur as well. Would be a family name, but that's up in spirit of what I've been told. So I've got a really chatty dad going on already. Right, where am I going? Right, where am I going? I still want to sing Relight My Fire. Right, Millie B. Okie dokie. Right. Okay. Okay. Millie B, I'd like to come and work with you if that's okay. But Millie B, what I've got for you is I've got this gentleman that's in spirit, very, very chatty, but he's somebody that would walk in the door and go, right, I need to say this, blong, 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 and then walk out the door. And that's not being rude, but he was a bit of a say it how it is, say what needs to be said, turn around and get on with the day. So this is his energy he's coming through. There is an Arthur somewhere along the line, so that's in spirit somewhere. However, what his message is for you, and he's very much message orientated, because it's like, I'm coming in, I'm going to talk to Millie, I'm going to tell her what she needs to do, and I'm going because I've got other things to get on with. And that's not disrespectful, is what he's saying. It's just me. I've got other people as well. What he's coming in for you, Millie, is just to so, do you know what? You won't know whether you're going to succeed unless you try it, is what he's telling me. He says to me, you've sat there, you've bummed, you've hard, you thought about it. He says to me, you've put lots of manifestations out there. So we've heard everything that you would like to do. He said, now, Millie, it's the time for you to take that step and take that leap of faith, is what he's saying. He tells me that March is important, a birthday party and anniversary. I want to give the name Gary, so I've got to get that Arthur and a Gary for you, and there is a Margaret for you, Millie. But this gentleman has really just come in really quickly to sort of say, we've got it, we can hear everything, all your aspirations, or your dreams, or your hopes, your ideas. Now, though, it's to take that manifestation, all them thoughts, intentions, and put it down onto a piece of paper. Go out there, turn it into, from thought into practice, is what he's saying. And this is what his type of energy is he would come in, bish, bash, bosh, as I would say. We've got to do this, turn around and get on. And he wants to say, yes, they have been making them, your loved ones in spirit have been making themselves known, because the light has been flashing. So you must have been sort of thinking, shall I, shan't I, can I, can't I? And he says, we keep saying yes, because we've got the lights flashing. Okay, so yeah, can take Margaret spirit. Gary is a cousin alive on dad's side. Okay, thank you very much. They are throwing signs at you, Millie, left, right, and centre. They're just saying, and this lovely gentleman's just saying, it's time to take an action, time to take steps. Thoughts into practice, is what he said. And he's just said baby steps. It does not have to be a monumentous leap of faith, just little bits. And he said, if you start having faith in yourself, he said to me, everything else will roll into one. And he's very descriptive with his hands. And I know he's really quick, but basically that is it. And he is ready to walk out the room, Millie. Unfortunately, I can take that as new path, but things are holding me back. He just wants you to just change your thought process into now start into practical side. And really, Millie, he's just popped off. He's gone. He come in, said what needed to say. He says to me, he knows that you're aware of this, and off he goes. But there's a cat in spirit as well for you, so I need to let you know there's a cat in spirit. He said, the cat stays with you. So the gentleman's popped off, but the lovely cat in spirit is still around you. And basically, Millie, when you're ready, go for it, girl. And with that, Millie, thank you for being so understanding. It's a short message, but I hope you can understand this person's character and his energy. He was that way, bish, bash, bosh, bish, don. And with that, I am going to close your connection and leave that message with you. And from a personal point of view, when you're ready, go for it. Okay, thank you, Richard. I'd like for you to draw some more names, please. Okie dokie. Right, where am I going? I've got the Beatles singing in my head. I've got somebody likes, okay. Right, where am I going? Right, I've been told the next, right, Kerry Skilton. Kerry, I'd like to come and work with you if that's okay, please. Kerry, because I got told next name, and there we go. So Kerry Skilton, I know you put the hearts on, and like I said, I always ask, is it okay for me to work with you? That's just because I do that in churches and centres, so I always ask. Right, okay. I've got to recognise somebody loving the Beatles, and I've got Penny Lane, she's in my ears, she's in my heart, and they go dun 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 dun. So I want to, Richard's just chickling. He misses my singing, Richard does. So I just get lots of laughing and giggling in my ear. I think it's probably, oh my days, can she just shut up? But Kerry, I know I got to recognise somebody in spirit loving the Beatles, and I haven't figured out who this energy is just yet. They're just starting to sing that song or play that song in my head, and I want to recognise yourself or somebody else around you is a bit of a Beatles fan as well. So somebody likes that genre, but it's more Beatles than I'm hearing. Okay, I'm also seeing one constantly. So that now obviously that I do know that one of the Beatles album covers has got the one on it, but I want to recognize that as an important number. Don't know if it's a door number. Okay, what else was talking about one? But I want to recognise January would be important as a birthday, party, and anniversary, and there would be a first. So I keep seeing the one. Like I said, it could be that it's just that's the album that you like, or whether January the 1st would be important as a birthday, party, and anniversary. This person in spirit, and again, I will figure out who I'm chatting to in 2 minutes once they start talking to me about who they are. They're telling me that September's important. It would be a birthday, party, and anniversary, and they've just given me the 9th. So that would mean there would be a birthday, party, and anniversary in or around the 9th. Could be to do the 9th of September or separate. Right, okay. Let me find out who that person is. And in the meantime, Kerry, if you can come back and go, yay, nay, Claire, I haven't got a clue what you're talking about, my love. Okay, this is a lady. There is a lady and gentleman in spirit, but this feels like a lovely lady in spirit. The Beatles is connected to a gentleman in spirit, but I've got a lady coming in stronger as well. She's also drawing me the importance to her wedding rings. So this would either be mum and dad or nan and granddad, because I know I've got to recognise the importance of the rings. So, Kerry, I'm going to pause there for 2 seconds to see if you've come back. Are you still here? Has Facebook gone with you? Right, brilliant, Kerry. Richard just confirmed that makes sense to you. Excellent, thank you. What I will also say is hold that song, because as I said, they do play later down the line and they will make sense later down the line. Right, okay. Kerry, I've got to give you the name Andrew. There's an Andrew or an Andrew and Andrea. Makes sense. Okay, Nan and Grandad, thank you very much. Andrew and Andrea is what I want to pass over. I've also got to give you the name Sarah. Now, at the moment, names can be here, they can be in there. I've got to get a bit more practice in trying to find where they are, but I know I want to pass over this Andrew, Andrea, and this Sarah. Right. Grandad keeps giving me a memory. This sounds really, really disgusting. I don't know if you can take, how do I put that, sir? Grandad smoked. I keep seeing smoking, but I can see either like tobacco on the fingers, or there would have been tobacco around his mouth. That sounds really, really weird. I know it sounds weird, but I've got to give a tobacco. I need to give tobacco stained fingers, is what I'm being told. And it feels more to do with Grandad than Nan, but I can see a tobacco stained fingers and a little bit of, this sounds really weird, and I do apologise, staining round the side of the cheeks. That sounds weird, but I'm giving it because I know if I don't, I'll kick myself. Right. Kerry, your lovely family in spirit of asking you to count to 10 and asking you also to stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. So there must be at the moment a feeling like you're not either doing enough or you feel like you should be doing more. That is the same, but I feel like either what you're doing is not good enough or what you should be doing more. Okay. They're telling me that you have got more than just one commitment around you. So you've got to share your energy. So therefore, how can you try and give more than what you're able to? Okay, well, yeah, my granddad had a brilliant thank you. Because they're just telling me that it's a sense of the moment that you're being pulled here, there, and everywhere. And you're giving support to various people, but you're being so hard on yourself is what he's telling me. Your level of expectations on what you can give energy wise, it's out of reach. He said, because you're a human. So there must be a feeling at the moment, like I said, a feeling like you're not doing enough or what you're doing isn't good enough, because they're saying that you are doing more than enough. You have got more than one type of responsibility, and they're asking you to be a little bit more understanding of yourself. I need to give you the name Den or Denise. Now, like I said, they give me these names, but I need to pass over Dennis or Denise. So I've got, obviously that can be a double-barreled name. And I need to give you George as well. They're telling me that August is important for you. This would be a birthday, passing out, anniversary. And I've been given the eighth. It's the 8th or the 18th. And there'd be a birthday party in or around the 8th or the 18th. So it could be 2 separate months. They're telling me that October is also important for you, a birthday, passing out, anniversary, and I've just been given the 16th. Again, it may well tie up with the month. They sometimes do that, sometimes they are just separate. But Kerry, they are coming through here just to sort of say to you, you're doing a lot for a lot of people, so stop being so hard on yourself. You can't do any more. I mean, there's not enough hours in the day. And they just want to come through to give you that reassurance, because they're like, stop doubting yourself. You really are working your socks off at the moment. And I just want to give you that reassurance, Kerry. And I hope that resonates with you. Don't worry about dates and months and names. They will filter in later down the line. Oh, okay. And I also want to recognise there's a joke about somebody not being able to wire a plug socket. I don't know whether you would always either, you always used to go to your granddad, or somebody used to always go to somebody to sort out a wiring socket, because that's a memory leak and a comical memory link about wiring a socket and somebody not being able to do it and always having to go and ask somebody else to do it. I try, I'm non-stop, 4 kids. Crikey, girl, you're a busy mum and a busy person. And with that, Kerry, I'm going to leave the memory link of the plug socket. It is one of them weird ones, but that'll be your golden nugget. I'm going to close that connection down and just hope it resonates with you. And take the plug socket if it doesn't make sense, because it will click somewhere along the line. And with that, Kerry, I'm going to say thank you very much for allowing me to work with you. Wow, you're a tough cookie, girl, but you need to just know. So thank you very much, Kerry. Oh, okay. Richard is he's just, I was going to say he's twiddling in my ear. I've got to make him say nice, really, don't I? It's quite funny. As I was saying to Richard, stop, Richard was just about to press a button, and a lovely lady called Bev Ridley, if you're on Facebook, you'll be seeing her comments, has come back to say that she can take everything as well. And she was my next person in there. So I will say, obviously, the lovely lady, Kerry, please take everything. But I know Bev can take a little bit. So Bev, what I would like to do with you is, I see that you've been able to take the Andrew and the Sarah. I know my message 100% is for Kerry, without a doubt. But what I'm going to do, Bev, is I'm going to ask your loved one to come and step forward and give me your message. Your loved ones are very, very clever. Your loved ones, especially with me, they think, well, those of them are clever with me, but your loved ones will will work together to get the energies to come through. And what I always say is that that's because we're all, when we're on here, even though you're at home and you're watching digitally, we all open up our heart chakra to the spirit world. We all open up our love and thoughts to the spirit world. So you all send that energy to your spirit family to come forward. And I sometimes have a massive waiting room here of spirit people, and sometimes they will work collaboratively. So that's why I say, if you're listening and it resonates, please take it, because you've opened up your heart to your loved ones. Okay, so Bev, I'm going to ask your family to step forward. I know they were coming in with the lovely Kerry, and like I said, Kerry's message is 100% for Kerry, but I need your message now, Bev. Right, come on down. Right, okay, as I said, come on down. Somebody loved, if it's not the name Michael, somebody loved the game show Michael Barrymore. What we got? What's a hotspot when it's not a hotspot? That TV program when it used to be when a hotspot's not a hotspot, and it was run by Michael Barrymore. But anyway, I know I want to say, come on down. So I need to recognise that Dad loved game shows, and I've got Michael Barrymore, if it's not the name Michael, and I've got Bruce Forsyth. So the typical traditional Saturday type of. Strike it lucky. Thank you very much, Richard. Richard's probably Googling. Oh, Oh, Eileen Clark, you helped me. Look, Richard didn't take the glory for that. He's Eileen, thank you very much. Strike it lucky. Yes, so strike it lucky because all of a sudden I can see when a hotspot's not a hotspot. Starting to show my age, really, isn't it? There'll be a bunch of you that won't even know what I'm talking about. So I know I've got to recognise and laughter. Your family, your lovely dad is laughing his head off at me. He is having a proper old giggle because he's like, get on with it, girl. Right, okay. I need to recognise that there is a strong local dialect. I'll give you what I've got. I could well be wrong, but I've got an Irish connection. If I'm in the wrong location, please ignore it. I just know I've got to give a strong dialect. I need to also recognise either yourself or somebody in Dad had troubles with his eyes just before he passed. You're my game show girl. Excellent. We all love a game show because I've got to recognise. Right, sorry, I'm dyslexic, so I always never know my left and my rights. I need to recognise my right eye. There is some aching going on around there. So either Dad had problems with his eyes before he passed, or whether somebody needs to go to the opticians. But I've got ache behind the back of my eyes. Okay, thank you very much. Right. Yeah, and I need to recognise a memory link of somebody being moaned at all the time for not wearing glasses. So there is definitely eyes and glasses that's important, but that would be a memory link because he's laughing at me. He's going, I don't need to worry about glasses now. Right, okay, so come and talk to me about your message was. Okay. That's really, sir? Right. Bev, this is a weird one for you, my lovely, but I will. He has a strong English accent, excellent. But this sounds really, really weird, and I know this is going to sound really daft because I just was like, really? Go with what you want to do in the house, is what I'm being told. And he's laughing his head off at me because he's drawing me to my sofa that's in this small room that I work. Yeah, my little brother had part. Okay, thank you very much. And I'm being told to do what you want to do with the house, the rooms. It's because you've got good taste. So okay, your brother, okay. So your little brother, and your brother's she's got good taste. So I want to tell you that sounds the weirdest message in the world. Go with what you want to do in the house, basically. And I don't know if it's literally connected to the sofa or whether that, and you want to change your sofa around, or whether it's just drawing me about. I quite fancy changing my sofa in this room. Okay, I need to tell you Rose is important. If it's not the name, Roses would be important. But apparently not Roses Chocolates, Quality Streets would be important. So although we have roses for flowers and we have roses for a name, Quality Streets are more important. And as I thank you very much, sir, he took me right back to the Beatles because he went penny sweets, the penny sweets, the in the quality roses, you've got them toffees that are like, they call them the pennies, don't they? The penny sweets, the toffees, the hard flat ones. So he's given me that as a memory link. Mine's too small. But you need to do what you want to do. Roses, money. Okay, thank you very much. Which is why we've not got roses and chocolates. Right, okay, thank you very much. He's just coming in sort of saying, I've been around you. He has been helping you measure up as well. And Your brother's coming in. He says that I've popped in, I've seen what's been going on, but your brother will pop in and out of your energies, what he's telling me. He says he's watched you grow, and he says to me, I know she knows that I've grown as well. So your lovely brother is just coming through to come through on to let you know he's watched you grow, and he knows you've been watching him grow, and he likes either dad or brother. Someone's got a namesake to do with them, and they like that. Now, it may be that somebody didn't actually name their child after one of them, but talked about it, because I want to tell you they like that. And Bev, I know it was a bit of a weird message, but I think your dad and your brother are just kind of like, well, we're here. We've given our evidence. We've come to say hi. Do what you want to do. And lots of memory links for you, just to uplift you and help you feel a little bit brighter. And with that, Bev, I am going to close your connection, because you kind of had a double whammy with the evidence. But I hope that message resonates with you. Yeah, all I keep seeing is the Quality Street sweets. So I keep seeing the sweets. But I know I need to let you know to do what you need to do, and give me one. I need to give you Robert as well. Rob or a Robert, and not a Bob. Namesake's Charlie. Okay, thank you, Charles. Okay, I've got to give you a Rob or a Robert, but I wouldn't call him Bob. I'd be a Rob or a Robert. And with that, Bev, thank you so much for allowing me to work with you. It is just to pop in, say hello, we're here, and do what you want to do that makes you feel happy. And with that, I'm going to say thank you very much. Thank you for feeding back. That does help as well. And I hope your message resonates with you. And you know what you'll obviously be up to tomorrow then, looking at new rooms. Thank you very much, Bev. Okay, thank you. Richard, are we moving to adverts, or have we got time to do another one before adverts, please, Richard? He's disappeared on me. He's gone quiet. He's run away. Should we do the adverts? Because we can then talk about the VIP thing, can't we, afterwards, the special events? We'll be back in a minute then.
Spiritual Psychics TV presents a wonderful evening of mediumship and trance. Our evening is hosted by Nick Brown with guests Bill Hughes, Glenda Marie, David Hale and Minty May. Our exciting event is being held at the Littleport Village Hall, which is in Ely. The date for our magical showcase is Saturday the 9th of September. The price is only £10, which includes refreshments. For ticket information, please visit myspiritualevents.com.
Are you planning a paid spiritual event, or looking for something to do this weekend? Then visit myspiritualevents.com. You can browse the listing, view the event details, watch a YouTube clip, look at a mini gallery, select dates and times, pay for tickets using PayPal or your debit card. Organizers can register for free and start selling tickets within minutes, be it for their online or in-person spiritual event. As an organizer, you will have access to your own admin dashboard, which will display information such as your income and your bookings, all in a simple and user-friendly display. It's free to use. Join and upgrade to an organizer. Come and visit us at myspiritualevents.com.
Sorry, Richard's just going, she's alive! Oh my God, he's going into his Frankenstein mode. Right, okay. Before we go back into our evening, I talked about a VIP event feature. Hold on. For VIPs, we are just about to roll what a special feature we have on SPTV for you. Richard, roll the camera. I always wanted to say that. Oh, roll VT. I do know what the posh words were, Richard.
Alan Rich was born on August 8, 1961, and sadly passed on November 12, 2005. He will be remembered by all his family, including his grandchildren and friends. James Albert was born on February 19, 1906, and sadly passed on October 2, 1983. He will be remembered by all his family, including his grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
Wow. Richard's just chuckling me. Wow. Every time I watch that, I'm a sucker. I just want to cry. I just think it's so beautiful. So, if you are a VIP, all you need to do is hop over into the VIP lounge, and you'll see there that we have a lovely new feature for remembrance. And this will be an opportunity for you to be able to share who you would like to be remembered. As you saw, we saw their birth, then their death, a lovely, gorgeous picture, obviously their name, and a little bit about them. And Richard will create the animation, and this will be broadcast over on Monday morning on the daytime show with the lovely Nick and Glenda Marie. And he's honestly, it's beautiful. When Richard showed me, I was like, oh my God, that's so nice. So if you are a VIP member already, just hop over to the lounge, and Richard has said there will be the article for the feature that will tell you what you need to do. It will tell you what information to do. And then what Richard will do is he will create the remembrance animation. But what happens if you're not a VIP, but you'd like to? This is when I need Richard's help again. So, Richard, to become a VIP, okay, so to be a VIP member, if you hop over to sptv.co.uk, the website, Richard, it's sptv.uk. I'm going to trust Richard to put the information down below there. He's just doing it now. Look, who's the boss? He's doing it now. So who's the boss now? But Richard will be putting the information on there. So if you want to become a VIP member, it is how much is it a week, Richard? Or is it it's 33 pence a week to become a supporter of SPTV. And then if you become a VIP member, you do get an opportunity to come to workshops that are being run on Zoom. There's a free 4-week course that's being run in November by presenters. At times, I've even done Zoom events offline, but off here. And then you've got competitions. So for your 30 odd p a week to come and support SBTV is definitely worth it. And like I said, you get an opportunity if you want to explore your own mediumship or your psychic abilities. There's courses and workshops there. Lots of information. All right, so like I said, VIP member, hop over to lounge afterwards, and if you want to be a VIP member, hop over to SPTV UK after the show. Right, let's now move back into the remainder of the evening of our mediumship messages. And Richard, I've been told by a person in spirit that I need to connect with somebody on YouTube. So I've got to connect with somebody on YouTube. I don't know who just yet. I've just been told that she's on YouTube. Right. Oh, bless. Tabitha. There we go. I want to come to Tabitha, please, on YouTube. Tabitha, I'd like to come and work with you. Loving the sunflowers. I was having a conversation about that I always see sunflowers. I always think about growing them, but it's always too late by then. By the time I've seen them, it's too late to have planted them. So I must remember to do that next year. But Tabitha, I know I want to come to you because I've got somebody in spirit who's coming in to sort of say they're there to give you support. They're talking about either you have been feeling a bit flat or you're supporting someone who's been feeling a bit flat recently. Now, what we find a lot of the time is sometimes we get a message for somebody else, but it's about the sort of love and support that our guides and our loved ones are here for you because you're doing the earthly work here. So they want to recognize that they're coming through for you giving you help and support around this situation or person. Right, okay. Come on, to give me. I need to give you the name Daniel. I haven't figured out who I'm chatting to just yet. They're not making themselves known to me, which is fine. I will establish who it is in a bit. But they're telling me that Daniel is important. So I want to pass over the name Daniel or Danielle. So I've got to give you that name. Right, okay. I've got to give you the name Graham. I know always weird names, but I know. Not excusing any Grahams, but I know I need to give the Graham over, and I need to give the name Karen. So I know I've got a Danielle, Graham, and I've got a Karen to give to you. The names don't resonate at the moment. That's cool. Don't worry about it. Just hold on to it. It might even be that it's family members that are in spirit that are just sort of coming in to give you a little bit of extra support. The Tabitha, they're joking and laughing that they've seen you sort of, I wouldn't say you're dabbling, that's not the right word, sir. You're dipping your toe into the world of spiritualism and into the world of tarot cards or oracle cards. Now, you may not necessarily be working with them, but they're talking to me and they give me a big smile because it's like that you're just starting out on a new adventure. And they're telling me that this will give you joy, and this is a great, apparently, well, it's a great distraction from the challenges of life, and they're coming through to say, go for it. So you might have just been thinking about it, or you might literally just have started to pick up tarot cards and oracle cards, but they're telling me that it is a great distraction. They're also giving me blue for you. Now, when I get my colours, it normally means, unless you love the colour blue, they normally means that it's to do with chakras. So blue is all about communication. And they're telling me that you need to trust of what you're receiving because they're guiding you, they're helping you. But practice on your friends and don't worry about it. They said because you shuffle your cards, you're as bad as me apparently. You shuffle your cards, you sometimes go, that don't make sense, shuffle it again, and then another card comes out. And I will always tell anybody that reshuffles, you're still going to get the same message, you'll just get it in a slightly different way. And they're chuckling, but what they're saying is, why don't you try with your friends around you? There's one friend they're telling me that's giving you a lot of support and totally believes in you, Tabitha. It's a lady is what they're telling me, and they're telling me that she is such a great advocate for you, like she's totally into it as well. Okay, come on, give me and tell me. This is a lovely lady in spirit. She makes me feel like it is a lovely nan, and this lady would have been quite spiritual herself, or as I call it, spooky, would have been quite spooky herself. Okay, she says to me, you've always listened to your intuition, and there is either you, who is it? Somebody must have watched a Gwyneth Paltrow film recently, because I keep seeing sliding doors, but I keep seeing other films as well. So if it doesn't make sense, hold on to it, because you might find that you'll just switch on the TV in the next week or so and there will be Gwyneth Paltrow in the film and you'll be like, oh, okay then. Okay, I need to give you the name Marianne. It's either Marianne or Marion for you as well, Tabitha. But they are just coming through. This lovely lady in spirit is just coming through just to sort of say, dip your toe in the world of spookiness. It is a great opportunity, and they're telling me that you are really quite creative as well. So don't be shy to use colours and work with colours, because they will lift you up. But just say it how it is, because it is always the best bit of advice when you're working with spirit, whether you're working with your loved ones or working with your guides. And I hope it's just giving you a little bit of inspiration and a little bit of a, yeah, I'm going to do this. But they are laughing their heads off at you. You're definitely like me. We need to give you some months as well. I just said, can I have some months, please? And of course we can have some months. February is important. Birthday, party, and anniversary. It feels more like a birthday because I've just been given Aquarius, and they're starting to use star signs for me as birthdays because I kept moaning at them for doing birthday, party, and anniversary. So I know I've got to give you February. Aquarius, that would be somebody's birthday. Thank you very much. What else I want to recognise? July would be important. A birthday, party, and anniversary. I've just been told the 16th is important. Could be connected to July, or it may well be connected separately, but that would be a birthday party and anniversary in or around the 16th. And I want to go to November, and I've just been told November the 4th. So it'll be a birthday party and anniversary in or around the 4th of November or separately. And they just sort of just keep going with it, just keep enjoying the journey, and just it is a great distraction when things are being tough. So Tabitha, I hope that's resonated with you. I hope it's given you a bit of a chuckle to know that they are watching you shuffle and reshuffle. And don't stress out about it. It's all meant to be fun. And with that, Tabitha, I'm going to close your connection. I hope that resonates with you and gives you a bit of a giggle, and shall say thank you very much for allowing me to work with you. Okay, Richard, can we have another person, please? Richard, has anybody ever called you Rich or the other one? No, do you know what? I just wondered if anybody ever called you Richard or Rich. I need to Richard, you're a proper Richard. You're not a You're not a Rich, or the other one that starts with D. That just doesn't sound ever. I could never imagine calling Richard anything else but Richard. And the reason why I asked whether Richard was called Richard is because there is somebody telling me that their name is Richard, but they wouldn't be known as Richard. They'd be known as Rich. So I need to recognise a person in spirit whose name is Richard, but they wouldn't have been called Rich. They would have been called Rich. Right, Richard, my Richard. Can we see if we can find the owner of said Rich? Right, where are we going? I've got this is a friend. This feels more like a friend than a dad or anything else. Okay, right. And I need to recognise I've got the name Richard, but obviously his name would be Rich. And I want to recognise a family friend whose name is John or Johnny. Okay. Right. Richard's just is there anybody that can take a Richard? Because at the moment I can't find the owner. I know you're throwing loads of names at me. Right, okay. Right, Richard's told me, my Richard has told me, Spirit Richard, oh my days, this is confusing. Right, okay, he's just told me to throw it out there. My Richard has, right. Okay, sir, right, because he's not, the gentleman in spirit is not telling me where I'm going just yet, which has never helped. All right, okay, I've got a person in spirit. His name was Richard, but he would have preferred to be called Rich, not the other one. He tells me that the name John or Johnny would be important to him. He is a friend or a brother. So this is somebody of the same generation as you. This does not feel like a father or anything like that. This is a on plain earth, but not in Cindy. Okay, Cindy, I'll keep working through. Okay, I need to recognise that June would be important, the birthday party and the anniversary, and he's telling me the 16th, between the 14th and the 18th would be a birthday party and an anniversary. So 14th, he told me 16th, but I got the 14th and I got the 18th either side of that. So there's a birthday party and an anniversary there. Okay, so he also likes the Rolling Stones, and somebody here likes the Rolling Stones. So you would have shared a love in Rolling Stones, and he's telling me that he would have passed, or he passed too quickly, but he passed having, okay. Right, I'm going to go with Julianne Barber. She knows a Richard and a Johnny both living. That's fine. Okay, I'm going to go with Julianne Barber. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I'm sticking with that one. I'm going with Julianne Barber, please, Richard. My brother-in-law, June, my husband. Okay, and Millie Brown says, my brother-in-law is John. June is my daughter, and my husband's birthday. Okay, thank you. So what I'll do is I work with the other lady. Okay, June's my birthday. Right, I'm going to work with Julianne Barber, but I will ask Millie, that's on Facebook, to listen to here, because I knew that these were important. I knew the name Richard was important. I knew Johnny was important. I knew the month of June was important. Okay, thank you very much. This person in spirit, who are you then if you're going to do it? So I might have to have an argument with this person in spirit and make him be a bit more right. This person was a ducker and a diver, At the moment, he is not. He just makes me feel like he is of your generation, Julie, Millie, but he's a bit of a ducker and a diver. So this is somebody here who died quite young, but was a ducker and a diver. For those who don't know what ducker and diver means, for us, it's a little bit of a kind of bit here and a bit there, and can't always catch them. It's a bit hard to explain a duck and a diver when you're an English person, right? Because I'm conscious not everybody knows that. Right, okay. I need to give a memory. Oh my days, this is going to be interesting. A memory. Okay, sir, of somebody having a race in the trolleys, in the shopping supermarket trolleys. So Julie and Millie, this will make me clear where I'm going. I am got a memory of having a race in a trolley or racing trolleys, and I want to be very energetic, this gentleman. So at the moment, he's not telling me his relationship, he's just telling me these bits are important, and he's telling me about a memory link of having a race with trolleys. So I'm going to see which one of you makes sense. And if you can either of you make sense of it, it'll be interesting. Right, if not, right, okay. I love that. Julie's going, okie dokie. I'll see if Millie can take that. Does it make sense to you, Millie, Millie on Facebook? If not, I'm just going to ask this gentleman just to pass over his message and then move on, because he's not making it very easy. Right, okay. Right, Julie, I'm going to still continue. Rolling Stones, my favourite band. I've seen them three. Right, and Deborah, brother-in-law's Richard, partners John. Rolling Stones are my favourite band. I've seen them 3 times. I knew this was going to be an hard work one. Right, what I'm going. My brother-in-law Johnny used to live. Used to race when shopping. Okay, I feel like I've got a couple of them going on it. Right, Millie Brown, my lovely. Just listen, but it looks like we're jumping between Julie and Deborah Long. My memory's been quite. I think they are winding me up. But I've got to recognise me and my brother. He's a wind-up merchant, this person. He would make me, or he would wind you up. He would be like pulling your leg. He would be the person that. How do you want to put it, sir? I can take all this message. Okay, Tina can take it. Right. This gentleman is somebody, the way he's giving it to me is like he would wind you up and he would make you believe something, and then he go, nah, I'm only joking. I'm not going to try and work too hard with him, and that's not being disrespectful to him, because if he's not going to communicate clearly with me, then I can be as awkward as him. But I do want to give messages, and I know that's important. And then what I'll do is I'll do Julie, and then I'll do Deborah. Coming back to Julie, sir, come and talk to me and tell me what's going on with you. Right, Julie, this lovely gentleman, even though he's a bit of a wind-up merchant, as I would call him, he's coming through to tell you that you're doing the best you can at the moment. He is coming in on a light-heartedness for you, and this is the same for Deborah, because he's telling me how at the moment you're either questioning what you're doing, or whether you're questioning what you're doing is right for you and right for somebody else in your life. And what he's saying is that you can only go with the information available and your intuition, is what he's telling me, because he's just telling me she's just questioning whether she's doing the right thing, and you are doing the right thing. He said, because if you wasn't, you wouldn't be asking that question. So he is coming through, and he is starting to come through on a more serious energy. He's given me the name Thomas, so that may fit with you, Julie. It may fit with Deborah. But he is just coming through. This message here is just to give you that reassurance that you are doing the right thing, and it's okay to take stock and assess what's going on, but don't let anybody tell you what you should do if you don't feel it's right. He says, because you've got to live with your intuition and your judgment, is what he's saying. He tells me that September is important. That would be a birthday, passing anniversary. He is telling me that March is important for you, Julie. It would be a birthday, passing anniversary. And he's telling me, he's just drawn me to my Alice in Wonderland. I'm under no obligation to make sense to you. So this is just about, at the moment, if you feel a little bit like you're doubting yourself and your own judgment, he's asking you not to don't doubt your judgment. You know what's best, you know what's right, and have the courage to stick with it, because them in spirit are coming through to give you that reassurance. So, Julie, I do apologise that we've not been able to fully pin down this individual, but I hope his message makes sense. I do feel like I've got quite well. I know when it comes to near the end of evenings, they kind of start all jumping in, but I know the message is important, and I know he just wants to give you that reassurance. I'm glad, Julie. And thank you for your patience. Okay, so thank you, Richard here, my Richard. I'm going to close that connection down for Julie, but I would like to check to see whether any of the other names make sense for Deborah Long, please, Richard. I'm making Richard work. Okay. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work with Deborah Long, if that's okay, Richard. So Richard here, not Richard there. However, what I will say, Tina, is please listen, especially to the message that the lovely lady. That's what happens when I work with spirit. It comes in and out so quickly. Julie, that was a lady, Julie. They come in and out. So what I will say, Tina, is please listen, because I know you know from experience, and I know many of you know that your loved ones work collaboratively. Yes, the names and dates make sense. Okay. Right, Deborah, come and talk to me, sir, about this. Right, this is a gentleman in spirit. I want to recognise a grandfather figure. So this would be your dad, your kid's grandfather, if that makes sense, because I want to recognise that. Okay, and I now had the name Thomas again. That name's come forward, so Thomas has come forward. Okay, your message is the fact is, okay, thank you very much. It doesn't, oh, okay, this is a bit of a deep one. It doesn't matter what direction you choose to take, Deborah, Deborah, because okay, how do you want to it's the journey that counts, not the end goal. So there must be something that you're a little bit unsure which way to go, because I feel like he's talking to me about you being in a bit of a crossroads, and you could go that way and you can go that way. Oh, brilliant. Thank you very much, Tina. You could take it as well. Brilliant. Thank you, Richard. You could go that way and you can go that way. But ultimately, it doesn't really matter what goal you want, because either option's going to give you joy and going to give you a sense of achievement. But your lovely gentleman in spirit is saying that doesn't matter. He said it's all about the journey for you. That sounds very zen. Okay, thanks. It's all about what's going to give you greater joy along the way. So it's a little bit like what we say, the scenic route of the motorway road. They're both going to give you an outcome that you're going to enjoy. So he's asking you not to get stressed out. So there must be two things that you want to do that you're kind of like, well, I really like to do that, and I really like to do that, and I'm not too sure what I want to do. I'm at that crossroads. He's brilliant. Okay. And it's like, do I take the left path or I take the right path? This is what he's saying. And he's like, do you know what? One's slightly more attractive than the other, but they're both going to give you joy. So it's very much like, don't stress out about the final bit. What bit's going to make you feel more joyous in this lifetime? And I know it sounds a bit weird, and it feels very, very deep, but I know you just said, yes, I'm at a crossroads. Wow, that's that thing. He wants you to look at the journey rather than the end results. Okay. And the thing is, when we're also looking at, lovely people coming through saying, when we're looking at which way to go, the left or the right, your path needs to be, when we're looking at what joy do you get from it? Not necessarily how does it serve everybody else, and how does it make everybody else happy? It's all about you knowing that the path you take, the journey you take, is about self-fulfillment, not everybody else's. So we need to make sure your cup is full before you start filling everybody else's cup up. You've got a lovely, deep, lovely gentleman. He's very, very deep. He's very, very profound. And he would have done this with his arms crossed, and he would have sat there like that, and he would have watched you and gone, she needs to do that. So Deborah, just please take that message. And I'll say was Tina, that feels very much that would be relevant to you as well, Tina. So if that does relate to you as well, please take that. I feel like you've got two options. It's not about the outcome, it's the journey that's important here. And I hope that resonates with yourself. And Spirit has just guided me to numbers 2112. So we've got numbers signs for you, Tina. So you will be getting signs by numbers, like 1111. But this one, it's 2112. So there must be some signs, numbers coming for you. And I hope that resonates with you too as well, Tina. So I shall say thank you to all three of you for being understanding regarding the treble link that was coming through. And with that, I shall say thank you. Right, I'm done for the evening now. So I will be back. I'm back in a fortnight, which is quite fortunate because I haven't told Richard I'm going on holiday soon. I will be back in a fortnight. I was going on holiday. I'm earning a fortune. I don't earn a fortune because this, Richard, is my passion, and I know, like you, I do it for free because I just feel like this is the way to work with Spirit. So okay, so yes, 31st of August. Yes, hang on, Richard, what's today? So I'm doing my diary of Richard now. So the next one will be, what date is that, Richard? 21st. I thought you said the 31st. Yes, so you'll see me on the 21st, but I won't be back in September. I haven't told Richard that because I'll be on holiday. But don't worry, you're going to see me next week. If you've enjoyed seeing me work, or you've enjoyed the madness of me, please hop over to my own page. I am known as Heavenly Sprinkles, hence the title. If you pop over there, I have a page. I also have a group where I am doing lots of stuff with lots of messages, and I am trying to aim to be on there at least once a week as well. So you'll get me at least fortnightly on here. If not, I will be once a week on my own page. And with that, I'll say have a cracking evening. I hope you have a good week. I hope you have a lovely holiday. And I will see you just before I go away in 2 weeks' time. And I shall say take care and see you soon.